Hey, I've wanted to tell this story for a really long time. Never had the gumption to make a video about it, and never had permission to do that. So I just got permission, and let me tell you a little bit about the person it's about. First off, she was deployed to Iraq and was blown up by an IED. She suffered TBI or concussion and had shrapnel in her legs, and I think they got a lot of the shrapnel out, and she spent a lot of time recovering from that. And I don't know how long she was in a transition unit for, trying to recover from that, but when we were stationed together, when she came to my unit, it had been years without passing the physical test for the Army. And the first time I really got a glimpse of that, or got to know her, she was failing her PT test. I had already finished, and I was like waiting in the waiting area, and her time had expired. She was still running, still giving it her all, and when she crossed the finish line, she broke down because she knew she had failed. She kind of walked over this side and sat down and started crying, and she was having a real hard time with it because she had worked really hard to try to pass that, and despite the hard work, it was really painful because of the shrapnel that was still stuck in her leg they couldn't do anything about. And a lot depended on it, I guess. And so when she was crying over there, I had a crusty old E6 come over to me and get in my face. Hey, you need to go help her pass PT test. And I was like, why? It's not my responsibility, it's hers. And I heard myself say that, and I was like, man, you're a douchebag. So I went over there and tried to say some nice things to make the situation a little bit better, and I didn't. But the next day I was put in charge of helping people pass the PT test who couldn't, and it turned out that no one showed up but her, and which was cool because that gave me an opportunity to be a personal trainer of a sense. And I had no certifications, no formal knowledge at the time, and just what I had learned from building myself back from getting hurt through my childhood. And so the first little bit was really painful. She'd come in every day and, I'm really sore from yesterday, and I don't want to do it, and I hate you did them. And I was like, hey, we're gonna make you buff. You're gonna get real buff. And when I had first met her, she was really snarky, really snappy, bad attitude, and I think it all correlated to a bunch of hardships that hadn't worked out, and she hadn't triumphed a whole lot in her life in a long time. And so we set some goals, and we would test her fitness often, and work through things and work through weaknesses, and we started seeing inches come off. We started seeing weight go down. We started seeing run times go down, and her lifting numbers went up. So she was getting stronger. She was losing weight. She was feeling better, looking better. I mean, the whole kaboom. And so every day during the work week we did this, and for about four or 5 months, I think. And at the end of 4 or 5 months, she took a PT test. She dropped like minutes, like I think 4 to 6 minutes off her 2-mile run time, which is a lot. She increased her push-ups and sit-ups by 20, I think. And she lost pounds. I don't know how many pounds, 15 to 25, I don't know. Inches, tons of inches off the waist. But beyond all that, she believed in herself. And so like that's really cool, you know, and that progress is, you know, a lot of people make a big deal about, which they totally should. But the coolest thing outside looking in was to see her heart change and to see her believe in herself and to see her love herself more. And to be a part of that was the most moving thing I've ever experienced. And you know, I didn't really do anything but give her tools, and she went with it and put her hard work in, and she put her diligence to the test. And I'm sure she was emotionally tested. She never really cried in front of me, but she told me, you know, how hard it was sometimes to come to the gym and know that I'm going to beat her up again. But I just hope that this video, that story, can touch you or someone that you know, and you know, give a little piece of belief, give a little piece of hope, wherever you're at with your fitness, or you know, if you don't have a fitness life, so to say. I hope that can motivate you to, you know, want that for yourself, and find a few people who also want that, and to go out and just hard charge and get after it. And you know, it doesn't matter where you're at or what you've been through. As I saw with her, everyone can do something, and if you go do that, it's going to open doors to do something else, and to do those things better, and to do more things, and to do those better, and to do more things. And that will be a domino effect, and a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, holy crap, I did this, or I did that. And I just hope that you can either do that for someone or that you can do that yourself, because it's life-changing and it's the coolest thing in the world to see. Thank you.